Hello, this is Adrienne, Capricorntigress of Astrology, a look inside. And I thought I need to do something. I need to do something with my mind, my hands, my life, my spirit, my soul, my essence. I couldn't just be quiet and be still. I've slept so much, I've cried so much, and now I had to find something, whether it's answers, whether it's messages, whatever it is, I had to come and pull some cards. And in honor of the full moon, which will be in the sign of Pisces, as of later tonight or tomorrow, I decided to pull some cards, and I was impatient, so I started pulling them as I went. And I'm a little amazed at the cards that came out. So I'm going to share these with you. And if you've listened to any of my videos over the last week or so, you'll know that, well, this is my first time back after losing my grandchild. And my daughter survived, so I'm happy about that. And I think I'm doing a lot better than her and her husband are. But because I'm grateful for her. But I am sad about the loss of my grandchild. And I think this is what led me to coming to look at these cards today to see if there is a message, any message, that I'm supposed to have on this situation. And so the first card that came out was the gibbous moon. And it's weird because we're technically in the gibbous moon right now, which is that moon right before it's full. And you're very close to achieving your goal. That's what it means. And the word gibbous means bulging. And it's descriptive, right? So when you pull this card, it suggests a situation that you're asking about is bulging. It's possibly coming to a peak. And this is true because we've not yet had the service for my grandchild. We're waiting for the body of my grandchild from Children's Hospital. So there's just this crescendo. It's almost like we still can't breathe yet because we haven't actually gone through that process. I've not even seen my own child since this because she's so devastated. I have to stay away. And, just from afar, love her. And when she's ready, I'll be here. I don't want to crowd her. And so it's one of those situations where it's building to a crescendo, which of course, that moment when we have to, finally do that, it's going to be the crescendo of that. So in your life, think about what's crescendoing, what's building, what has been building for you. I don't know if it's just started. In our case, that had been building for the last 6 months. So this is something like that, where something's been building. But this isn't an ending card, like, where you can say yes or no. Is it yes? Is it no? And that's amazing because it came out as the first card. So it's the entryway into this bulging situation. Not that it's an ending or it's an answer to anything. But we're reminded that some adjustments may be required before we get what we want. But we're certainly on the right track, which hopefully is reassuring. And there is also a sense that the situation is a bit tense. So don't push too hard. And like I said, I'm not really pushing too hard to crowd my daughter or husband right now. But, one false move and the whole thing could blow. So this could be for anyone's situation, because I pulled this for everyone. And so you think about what situation is kind of building to like that whistleblower moment in your life. This is not meant to scare you. It's just to let you know that there's a fuse attached to the situation somewhere. So just be careful how you choose to light it. And to attune to the moon, this gibbous moon, which we're technically in until the full moon on the 20th, I know that I am on the right track. So if you just kind of maybe say that to yourself, I know that I am on the right track. And some additional meanings for this card is that it's a good time to review your plans, to keep the momentum going as you move toward your dreams, to stay focused. It's a good time to start a new project, and you may need to get back into good health habits. And that's so true. Just when you've had a devastating experience, like for me, I think it was devastating because I don't have any other grandchildren. This would have been my only grandchild. So there was a lot of sadness and depression, and I mean, it took. I don't want to go into details, but you just lose track of yourself. You just lose track of everything, really, except for tears. And then, and for me, there was this weird. It's hard. I don't want to talk about it. But anyway, the gibbous moon comes at the very end of the lunar cycle, and it's just before the full moon. And like I said, it's exactly where we are. We are exactly the day before the full moon, and it looks like she's bulging because she's almost a full moon, so she's nearly fully rounded. It's the culmination of the waxing cycle. This is so weird because of the cards that I see before me in this. The waxing cycle, we're waxing because the new moon was in Virgo, as you know, and it can only go up. It waxes from there because that was the waning period. And the full moon is going to be in Pisces. So we'll get to that. But it tends to be a rather intense period of the month. So no matter when you pull the card, it suggests a right time and a very right situation. And that's the gibbous moon. We're very close to achieving your goal. And that's where we are right now. And the very next card that came after it is what freaked me out by the cards that were coming out, is the new moon in Pisces. And I had mentioned that we just went through a new moon in Virgo. So this is the opposite of the new moon in Pisces. Not to mention that tomorrow is the full moon in Pisces. And so it's so strange that we got the new moon in Pisces as the second card. And this is telling us to meditate and contemplate. It's a card that speaks of dreams and romance and soulmates and poetry. It's a new start coming our way. It's connected to a matter that leaves us feeling somewhere between having our head in the clouds and being totally in an altered state in some way. There could be confusion and disappointment if that's what you've had before, and that's what you're expecting. However, if you're onto a good thing, then wish hard, because the words of your soul and heart could help bring about the manifestation of your dreams. And I love this because, yes, we were in this waning period, especially for my situation with my child. And I just had this dream yesterday where my grandchild was smiling and said, "I'll be back. I'm coming back." And I really believe that's really what this is about. It was the low period, and she was too little, but I think she'll be back. Anyway, it sounds a little wet and watery. It's Pisces, and there's going to be a full moon in Pisces anyway tomorrow. Anyway, it's the last sign of the zodiac, and the new moon in Pisces card can suggest a last-ditch chance to make your dreams come true. So it could be why I had that dream that she's coming back. But this is what we do to attune to this new moon, this particular card. It says, use your feelings to guide your way, because logic won't work right now. And I feel like that's a lot of what's going on. Like, there's a part of me that wants to speak like with fact and fit, and logic. But the reality is I keep getting these messages that are very ephemeral and otherworldly and definitely not making much sense, like the baby coming to me in a dream and saying, I'll be back. So this is one of those times. Also, additional meanings for this card is to face your fears. They may be holding you back. And I think this was, for us, a fear. What is your fear? Like, what is it that you must face? Think about that. Because this situation is being healed. I love that this is a healing card. It's time to surrender to the divine. Chant Om Namo Narayani. 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 I wanted to do it 6 times to make sure I put in a little thing there. Avoid being deceptive and or willingly being deceived. So that's something. Also, Pisces is the sign of reveries and mysteries or depths of emotion. And don't forget, we've got that full moon in Pisces tomorrow. It's emotional, idealism, hopeless, romantics. It's the sign of water and the unconscious. Its energy is deep like the watery depths. The new moon in Pisces indicates a time to listen to your feelings and allow your emotions free rein. Whatever you're feeling as you pull this card is more likely than true, unless you've been kidding yourself somehow, and only you know if that's the case or not. So I love that that was the next card, because healing is needed. But what amazed me was after I saw that card, the very next card was the full moon in Capricorn. Now, I know I'm saying I'm doing this for everybody, but I really want everyone to know that the morning that my grandchild passed away, the moon was in Capricorn, just so that you know. And I'm a Capricorn. Anyway, it's the end of a tough cycle approaches. So this is the end of a tough cycle, and it has been. How hard are you willing to work for what you want? This card is reminding you that effort is required. Work issues may be about to come to a head when this card comes up. If you're wondering if you should stay in your job or leave, this card is a strong sign to make an exit. It's the end of a rough time, and the card asks to consider how ambitious you are, whether you're prepared to pull out the stops to make your professional dreams come true without being ruthless. With a love question, this card can be a call to face reality. Whatever situation you're asking about, making a plan will help. If your personal life is troubled, prioritize it more. And I guess it is telling me to, maybe prioritize my life. I'm doing all I can right now to get myself back together and be there for my daughter. Attuned to the moon, it says release control and trust the universe. Also, additional meanings of the card: a professional project may be ending now. Admit if you've been overly hard-headed or hard-nosed. Find a balance between your personal and private lives. That's where I'm at right now. And if it's time to stop fearing the worst. So, I'm trying to keep this not so personal, but a part of myself is, I just kind of poured out my soul publicly. And I think maybe this is what that's about. I need to find that balance, and also not to fear the worst, to believe that something better is coming. This full moon in Capricorn card, it has a very strong work ethic and energy, and will more than likely come up when you're asking a professional question. If your question is about another matter, it will serve as a much needed reminder to move through any feelings of hopelessness you may have been feeling about your situation. And it applies no matter when you draw the card, so making a plan is far better use of your time. And thank you, Divine Spirit, for sharing that with me. First of all, I'm a Capricorn, and 2, because of the situation, and 3, because I really needed that right now. Also, the full moon card came up, which is amazing since we are facing a full moon as of tomorrow. And this is what the full moon says. And we've been getting this message a lot. It's about surrendering to the divine. And this very word, the full moon, climax. Climax brings all sorts of ideas and images to mind, right? But it's the feeling of this card. It's coming to a head, a point, a conclusion, a turning point. And this is what I've been picking up with all these cards. Like we're bulging. We're at this bulging point. There may be some kind of change, possibly even some sort of emotional explosion. Tune into your emotions now and see what they're telling you. They're very likely close to the surface, no matter when the moon cycle, what moon cycle, when you pull the card, matters will soon conclude, and you'll find out whether or not your wishes are going to come true. It's been telling me this. The odds are in your favor, as this is a positive card, but you may need to work harder than usual to keep whole as events unfold. And I'm thinking, again, that this is building up to what I must face as a grandmother. To attune to the moon, I am getting the answers I need. I am getting the answers I need. Additional meanings for the card: a wish you made is about to come true. It's a make or break time. There could be a sense of madness in the air. Breathe deep and stay calm. You may need to forgive someone or release negative energy. And it's time to let go of the past and move on. So I think that's what this message is all about. The full moon marks the climax of the lunar cycle, in making this card something of a power card. And it's often a time when answers are given to questions asked during the new moon. And pulling this card at any time in the lunar cycle suggests answers will be coming your way before too long. And we were in this new moon going toward, this gibbous moon going toward the full moon. We were in the new moon in Virgo, and it ended, believe it or not, in the new moon in Virgo. That's the very last card, and my fish is ready at the background. But it says it's a time to give rather than to take. New moon in Virgo. When this card comes up, it's time for you to take stock of your situation. Where are you? What do you want to? Where do you want to go? The new moon energy card suggests a restart, and the Virgo energy suggests that you make the restart a clever one that's simple and well organized. And this is exactly what it was. It was the restart, right? So Virgo also has a strong health aspect to it. So if you've been unwell, this card suggests that your health is on the up. Virgo loves cleaning up, clean eating, alternative therapies. So add this to your routines, however you've been feeling. And if the situation is blocked at the moment, it could be that you're overanalyzing things and being too critical. It's a time to ask less what someone else can do for you and think more about what you can do for others. To attune with the moon, recommit to healthy morning and evening routines. Additional meanings of the card: gradual improvements are coming. Pay attention to detail if you want success without being pedantic. Be of service to others, and love and money will follow. And the person you're asking about is reliable. The Virgo is a sign of health, service, analysis. Its energy is present and has a feel of the harvest about it. When the card comes up, it could be that its wonderful bounty is coming your way, or the energy of the new moon in Virgo is usually about getting your life in order. So that is what you need to do at this time of the Virgo new moon, whenever you pull the card. So I believe, and I truly said this, I believe I actually said the words to my own child, that what happened was, her body, it happened on her Virgo new moon. She was born on the new moon. And I think not only did the baby want to come be with her, but I also believe her body was healing itself, and that's what it did. So these are just different things in my mind, and that's how I look at my own situation. I'm going to pull just really quick an Angel Answers card, and apply whatever you just heard from me to your own situation. And I just got perfect timing. It came right out. Perfect timing. Just seeing if anything else comes out, and then I'm going to go get my fish. Let go. There it is. Let go. And on the bottom of the deck was recovery. So I will go no further. It's told me what I needed to know today. And I haven't done cards in a week, but this was what I needed to do, and it told me exactly what needed to be said, okay? Well, this has been my message. Much love, much light, many blessings to all. Thank you for listening. I hope you got your message, whatever that may have been, out of this. And for me, it was very telling. Much love to you all. Many blessings, and I'll be back shortly. Thank you.
Astrology, a look inside. Presenting astrology and tarot readings for all.